The tension is real, isn't it? The silent war that never gets talked about, yet it's everywhere, between angel investors like you and those venture capital giants. You feel it deep down, this gnawing frustration, this feeling that no matter how much you bring to the table, the system keeps pushing you aside, like you're a second fiddle to the VCs with their shiny offices and endless funds. You know you're the spark behind brutal early bets, the first belief in founders before anyone else dares to. Yet somehow, you get sidelined, treated like the opening act, while VCs get the glory, the big headlines, the real power. That itching question, are we just playing different games? Worse, are we set up as enemies? This isn't a fantasy. You live it. Every pitch, every deal, every founder meeting feels like walking a tightrope where the line between collaborator and competitor blurs into chaos. You're trapped in a world that rewards the loudest, the biggest, the most conforming. But you came here because you don't fit that mold. You don't just want to play the game, you want to break it. The truth that burns is this: you are essential, more essential than they want to admit. Because progress doesn't come from the predictable center. It comes from the edge, where risk meets fire, where rebellion sparks innovation, where you sit with scars earned from backing the wildest bets. The founders the system screamed were crazy. You carry the weight of the future heaviest on your shoulders, but it's lonely. It's exhausting, and it feels like the world doesn't see it for what it is. Here's the brutal reality. The war you feel between angels and VCs isn't just real. It's manufactured by a system desperate to keep you divided. It thrives on your doubt, your friction, your urge to prove who's more valuable. Because if you unite, you blow the whole system apart. It's a cage disguised as a divide. But what if all those supposed enemies are actually missing puzzle pieces? What if the real battle isn't you versus them, but you both trapped in a game designed to cheat the exceptional? You feel it. The way VCs push for scale, showing up with cold spreadsheets and exit strategies, while you lean into intuition, into raw instinct, betting on people, not just numbers. Your investment isn't a transaction. It's a lifeline, a breath of oxygen to founders gasping under the weight of safe money. You're the few who dare to believe when no one else will. But the system rewards the opposite. That's the pain you live with. The discomfort of being the invisible force behind success. Worse, you get told to calm down, to play by the rules, to give space to those with bigger wallets and louder voices. But deep inside, the fire roars. Because you know this world needs more than money. It needs liberation. It needs those who reject bourgeois comfort and scripted consensus. It needs you to stop waiting for permission, to stop shrinking to fit their narrative. It's time to stop seeing VCs as enemies and start seeing the bigger picture, the way the entire system pits you against each other while the real power slips through the cracks. True strength lies in understanding what each of you brings and then seizing a radical new path forward. Think about this. What if you refuse to be boxed in by outdated roles? What if you represent the future of investing, not bound by hierarchy, not defined by outdated rivalry? The power you hold is unique, patient, personal, unorthodox. You move fast, you move nuanced, you move with heart. VCs move with numbers, with velocity, with scale. Neither is better alone. Both are incomplete. The leaders who will win this are those who can craft a new dance, one where the speed of venture capital meets the soul of angel investing. Imagine the game changing when you stop battling and start blending your strengths. You understand this even if the world pretends not to. That's why the frustration is so sharp. But it's time for new rules, not old battles. Here's how to make that shift in ways that cut through noise. First, be ruthlessly clear about what you uniquely offer. Your greatest power isn't just writing checks. It's your ability to see potential invisible to the spreadsheets, to take bets on the oddballs, the crazy founders, the ideas that scare the market. Protect that. Sharpen it. Don't let the system dilute your instinct into conservative math. Second, learn to build alliances not just with founders, but with VCs who respect that power. Find those rare players who get that early-stage belief is the root of all future success and hold space for them. Your value multiplies when you're a critical partner, not a competitor. Third, embrace patient momentum. The biggest triumphs don't come quick and loud, they come steady, quiet, tenacious. You aren't in the flash game, you're in the endurance game. Play for eternity. Fourth, master the art of strategic influence. Your secret weapon is your ability to shape companies not just with money, but with wisdom, networks, and cultural insurgency. You don't follow the rules. You rewrite the game for founders who refuse to live modest lives. You don't chase the big exits only. You build movements. Fifth, challenge everything. Question the norms that say you can only invest so much, that you must concede control early, that you are junior players by default. You're not junior. You are sovereign. You shape markets with every decision. The only chain you have is the one you accept. These aren't empty words. They're a call to arms, because the war between angels and VCs isn't about money. It's about identity. It's about the belief that you deserve not just a seat at the table, but the ability to redraw it. The future belongs to those who stop waiting for permission and start seizing the power that is already in their hands. Stop thinking small. Stop shrinking your fire under the weight of their noise. You are the few, the boundary breakers, the rule shapers, the dream enablers. When you rise together, and not as enemies, you become unstoppable. You don't need to play their game on their terms. You redefine the game on your own terms. You reject the notion that the world rewards obedience by playing obedient. You break the cage by stepping outside of it. This movement is your stage, where your will is your weapon and your instinct your guide. You have the rare courage to see beyond the illusion of freedom and realize that the greatest chains are the ones hidden beneath comfort. That's why retrieval of your power is not a simple task. It takes patience, it takes discipline, it takes a relentless unwillingness to bow to convenience. But the prize is worth it. A world where your investments don't just multiply capital, but multiply transformation. A world where founders don't just build companies, they build revolutions. So stop asking who's your enemy. That war is false. Identify your true mission, to unite the rare who dare, to climb beyond borders of comfort and conformity, and to become unstoppable together. You are not a footnote in venture capital history. You are the pulse, the edge, the shift, the future. The only way forward is to act like it. Seize your sovereign will. Question every rule that tries to tame you. Build relationships with fierce clarity. Play the long game with raw patience. And most of all, ignite the fire that no system can snuff out. This is no longer about angels versus VCs. It's about who dares to transform the game entirely. If that weight inside you, the fire, the tension, the quiet roar, feels unbearable, that's good. That means you are alive, powerful, ready to become what this fractured world has never seen before. Rise above the chaos, burn brighter, build with fire, with fury, with fearless conviction. The war was never theirs to win, it's yours to end.